Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delaney. If it's your first time clicking on one of my videos, and if you want to see more gaming content, mostly Nintendo Switch related, then like and subscribe. And if you are a return viewer, thank you for watching as always. So today I've had the Steam Deck for maybe about 2 months. Is it about to go on? I got it in the end of October, and so far I've been trying to build up my Steam library. So I wanted to share with you guys like what games I've purchased and have been playing on my Steam Deck. It's a small collection so far, and I'm kind of liking doing like a slow build up because I feel like with the Nintendo Switch I kind of went crazy with how much games I have, and my backlog is insane. So I want my Steam library to be a little bit more controlled. So yeah, let's get started. So first on the list, this game was like a recommended game to play when you first purchase your Steam Deck, and I do recommend it as well. It's called Desk Job. So Desk Job is basically kind of like a tutorial for the Steam Deck, but I thought it actually was really fun to play and really funny. Basically it's like you get a desk job working with like toilets, but then it gets wackier the more the game goes along, and there's like this like AI robot who's like controlling, like telling you what to do, but then it becomes more like crazy, like adding guns to the toilets, like that type of stuff, and it's really hilarious, but also is really good at helping you figure out the capabilities of the Steam Deck. So I definitely recommend picking that up, and it was like about an hour of gameplay. But I really did find it, I didn't find it too tedious, and I found it like the commentary and everything to be really funny and like really like a cool way to get have an understanding about how the Steam Deck works, and it's free of course. Next game that I have in my Steam library is called Assemble with Care. So I found this in the Steam store for like a really low price, and it just looked really nice and cozy. I have not played this one yet, but this one is like a puzzle game where you are an antique restorer and you're assembling these items at this new town that you have moved to, and I just thought it looks really nice, and I kind of like the idea of just like restoring and putting things back together. And I think it goes on sale a lot because I think I probably paid like $4 for it if you want to have like something quick to play in between games. Another game that I picked up was Strange Horticulture. So Strange Horticulture is also like a really cozy, spooky game. It's about you run a plant shop. It's a point and click game, and you get to interact with these different customers who have things that they want help with. Like, so I've played it for a little bit, and first off, I love the ambiance of it because it's just kind of like the rain noises, and I feel like it's the perfect thing to play like right before bed, and you want to have something that doesn't overstimulate you. Kind of reminds me of like a really old school like Nancy Drew type game, or like one of those old computer games you'd play. But I do like that there's like these different story elements to it where you can go explore other places to find out what plant works with what. Such a very interesting game. It came out earlier this year. Next on the list, and this one I have really been wanting to play. It came out late last year, and it's called Lake. You are this woman who she decides to take some time off from her career in the big city and go back to her hometown, and she decides to work in the post office for the 2 weeks that she is taking her break. So you get to run around your hometown, or not run around, but you get to just like drive around your hometown delivering packages, talking to people that you've known in the town, and just getting to know like an overall feel and story. This looks really relaxing, and I just love how the view is. You can also demo this game. I demoed it before I decided to purchase it, but I love that idea, and I love games where it's like more narrative driven and you're able to like put yourself in the shoes of this character and like have their experiences. And I think that is unique because I never see a game where it's like doing something that is seemingly mundane. Next game in my collection is called Sable, and I had no idea what Sable was about. I kind of just been browsing the Steam library trying to figure out what games are Steam verified, which are Steam will tell you what games are Steam Deck verified, where it has a green check next to it, or if it's playable on the Steam Deck, because since it's still such a new product, there's certain games that aren't available to play on it. I do like that they tell you what games are able to play on Steam Deck. Sable, I would want to describe it as kind of like an open world Zelda type game, like a Zelda. I don't want to say clone exactly, but it has similar elements to Zelda. So basically you play as Sable, who is from this tribe, and it doesn't really tell you what time and place it is, but you're in the desert and you are going on a rite of passage, which is called the gliding. The gliding is a way for you to experience the world and find your place in the world away from the tribe, which I just kind of really love that idea. So the game does a really good job of like introducing you to Sable's tribe and understanding their customs. You start off in the game with trying to run around and do some tasks for the tribe so you can get everything together for your gliding to be able to go out into this giant open world. And there's no combat and there's not like a real conflict, I would say, so far that I've experienced in the game. But to me it looks like it's more of just like an experience more than a conflict or having to fight anything or have like one of those objectives where you have to like, in the end you're the chosen one that has to fight this giant entity. It's more like, I kind of like the idea because it's more about just being in this world and just trying to find your place in the world. So yeah, I really welcome that idea, especially for this game, because the artwork is beautiful. It's like a really cool linear artwork, and I think that it works perfectly on the Steam Deck because it is one of those games I wouldn't imagine myself sitting at my computer to play. I'd rather be able to cozy up and like listen to like the music. Soundtrack sounds so awesome, especially when you first go off into your gliding, where there's like this soundtrack that I think is a original song that plays, and it's just very movie like. It has a very kind of, also makes me think of like Star Wars, like Luke Skywalker in the desert. That type of aesthetic is like what I get from this game, and I just really love the concept. And I don't know if I heard anyone talk about it or not, but I feel like this should be on anyone's wish list to play. So the next game that I picked up is Skyrim. So I have been wanting to play Skyrim for the longest time, and it is available on Nintendo Switch, but it is an older game. It's about 10 years old. I wish I had played this before, but I'm glad I picked it up on the Steam Deck because here Skyrim is really good for modding. I can't wait to be able to do more when it comes to like the modding aspects, because I got the special, I think I got the 10th anniversary edition of Skyrim. There are also modding capabilities, and there are some added like soundtracks, things like that. I really have been enjoying it so far. I think that it is kind of like everything that I want in a game, especially since I like Game of Thrones so much, and it reminds me of like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings mixed together. And I just think that even for a game that came out 10 years ago, the NPCs and just like the world itself is just like so lived in. And I think that is what I'm really going to enjoy about it so much. And I can't wait to put more time into playing Skyrim. So next game is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. And this is another game that I really wanted to play. It is available on the Switch as well. Yeah, but I saw it go on sale in Steam, on the Steam shop, so I wanted to pick it up. And I've looked at gameplay for it, and I just think that it looks so cool. And I always love games that have female protagonists. There's some games with female protagonists, but it's nice to have a game where it's female centered. So in Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, you play as Senua, who is going on a vision quest and basically going into, it's like a Viking lore. She's a Viking warrior, and she's going into Viking hell to embark on a journey to get back her deceased lover. It also has some elements of like mental health and psychosis. And I also read that the creators did a lot of research when it came to that, because Senua has moments where she can hear voices in her head and have those types of things. And I just think it's so interesting and also very in-depth when it comes to realism So I can't wait to play it. I've already seen gameplay, but yeah, I can't wait to finally get to play it. And I guess in the same vein of like gods and god lore and Viking lore, that type of stuff, or last game that I have in my Steam library is God of War. So God of War Ragnarok has just released on PlayStation, which I don't have yet. But I really have been wanting to play God of War because it got recommended to me before. I actually have no knowledge of the previous God of War games, even though I've been thinking of going back to be able to play those. And I have been enjoying it so much so far. So if you haven't played God of War, it is about Kratos and his son Atreus. His wife has just passed, so he is going to take her ashes to the top of this mountain that she has requested to be scattered. So you and your son are going off on a journey to scatter her ashes, but along the way you basically, it's like kind of like a hack and slash, but I like that it has heart to it because there are moments when I want to call it like a single dad simulator. There are moments when you are along with Atreus, and Atreus has like, it's like a nice banter between Kratos and Atreus, and also just like Kratos trying to teach his son how to be stronger and more of a warrior as you are going along your journey to go up this mountain. And I just really enjoy it, but also the fact that Kratos is a god, but he hasn't told his son. So there's like a lot of different storyline when it comes to God of War and this new installment. And I just find it also interesting, and there's like some puzzle elements to it, and I just think it's fun being able to hack and slash a bit, have that bit of storyline to it. Honorable mention though in my Steam library is Sims 4. But I have Sims 4 needs to have an origin download, which I still need to figure out because since the Steam Deck works technically as a desktop computer, there's a way to download extra things. So for you to run Sims 4, you need to download the origin launcher that it needs. So that is like an honorable mention because I still haven't gotten the chance to figure out how to do that part. But yeah, anyway, all the games that I have on my Steam Deck so far, and I do plan on building the collection up more, and I can't wait to see what other games that I can play. I hope this helps for anyone who's getting a Steam Deck and you're trying to get some idea of to what games you want to play. I think the Steam Deck is such a great PC handheld device, especially if you want to get into PC gaming. Definitely you should pick it up if you have the means and the need for it. And that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Thank you for watching as always. Have a wonderful day. Bye.